Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a round on the trenches with the Efreet Jager. It is, of course, a sniping general with level 1 stealth, a spot gun, two different versions of its sniper rifle, and a shotgun for backup, so yeah, it's pretty good. Um, I don't remember this round as being spectacular, but had a pretty solid ending, so that's why I'm running it. So hopefully that winds up being decent at least, but we'll see how it goes. Pretty sure that's another Efreet Jaeger I just took a shot from, just because this round is actually recent enough, as in within the last hour, that I kind of remember parts of it. That is one of the Gaza series EF. Like I said, after C and D, which actually showed up in animation, I'm lost. So but I do know that that thing was, a pain for me throughout this round and the one before it. So, yeah, that's a thing. Oh yeah, it also has jamming grenades. So, yeah, like I said, it's got a lot of good qualities. I had a round I kind of wanted to run that started really well with the Engage Zero Incom type, and then just went bad, very bad, for the last half. I landed a shot on the Gaza, and hey, at least I'll get to find out which one it is, probably. Nope, Hyzak Custom finished me off. Okay. But, yeah, just like I said, it started off well enough that I still swept the board for top everything, but just, yeah, and then it just kind of collapsed in the second half, so... I'll let that go and hope for, a better one with it sometime. I really do like that suit, like I've said before. But, okay, jumping back in. Probably going to try and land some markers first if I can. Nope, just going to take shots that miss. That's even better. Okay, that one didn't, but it also didn't stop, which is kind of... Oh, that's because it was one of the rapid fire rounds. Yeah, it basically has an anti-air variant that fires faster, but does less damage, and it takes multiple rounds to stun. Usually happens in 2, as I recall. But, depending on the defenses and when you hit things, it might be 3. See, Psycho Zaku Mark II over there. This is the level 2 of Efreet Jaeger, so we're at 500. Oh, there's the Hyzak Custom taken care of. And, let's see, landed a scan on that. We may have both one of the Gazas and a Gazome Gunner. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, or that may just... No. I still don't know. Again, all of the, all of the, all of the Gaza series just kind of, blend together for me. But, yeah. So far, so good. We've got an okay lead to start. And, yeah, we're sticking together and doing relatively well for now. I don't know why, just this round kind of has a rough middle and, well, end too, actually. I don't know what it is about Saturday night here that just, towards the end, everybody kept losing focus in the rounds I was in, but just, yeah, that's kind of how it was, and I was not any exception to that. I kind of make some really bad moves later on here too. Like get stubborn about trying to shoot things that are just shooting me and killing me, which is a bad idea. You know, if you're going to sit there and take shots, make sure there's a purpose to it. Make sure you're keeping them from shooting somebody else. You are relatively certain you can actually get the kill shot you're going for. Just don't stand there and soak up all the damage for no particular purpose, which I'm pretty sure I do at least once in this round. But yeah, I have now marked the other Efreet Jaeger, so I am fully aware of its existence for the next 5 seconds. Hit it with the shotgun. Somebody else got it. I am very grateful to whatever kind of lag let me walk through that high mobility Zaku's downswing. That should not have worked. I should be on the ground now. But luckily, instead, this Psycho Zaku is. And just chop it. Got the kill. And there is, I think no, that's there's a Jeddah here as well. That's what that is. Yeah, because you can see the trademark shield. And I got the level 2 Nero recently. I keep wanting to kind of use it, but it has been forever. I remember it has a pretty good beam rifle, though, so. Also flash grenades and a pretty good melee, so. There's the Jaeger marked again, and yeah, I'm low on health, so I am actually trying to not just stand out in front and take all the hits. So we've got a Zamel here, and I'm relatively sure that is what is bombarding the enemy base at the moment. I fired the shotgun just a little bit too soon, and the Psycho Zaku did not get stunned again. Either that or I got like one pellet too few. Either one possible. Aimed a little too high when it was jumping, or I might have been able to knock it off its feet. And now I'm mostly out of tricks, and here it is. That was just me screwing up my melee. If I'd aimed a little bit further to the left, that neutral would have hit it. But yeah, as it is, it went right past it because it was just, it was slightly to my left, and that heat kukri arcs from upper left to lower right. So, and since it's short, it's not that much of an arc, just enough to throw things off. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. Right now, we're doing okay. There is now a bomb at our base. And let's see, found the Gaza, tagged it. Didn't manage to mark it, doesn't matter. But now, yeah, now I'm gonna do the stubborn thing because, yeah, just like that thing is a stunlock monster, and I do not need to be fighting it head on, especially not with the Psycho Zaku to help it. Yeah, I did call for help at least. I had that much foresight, but yeah, as you can see, they're demolishing me here. Looks like somebody's going to get the Gaza, or am I just going to walk around the corner and get it? I got it. And then Psycho Zaku got me, but someone else is fighting it, so that's not bad. But yeah, the chaos is set in. We're not really focused on much of anything. Somebody just got got an infantry unit, so that might, yeah, it's the high mobility Zaku, but there's not enough time left to defuse. So now we have a problem. That problem being we are about, 1,500 points down or more. We only have a minute left. So now, you may have noticed that little glimmer of beam that just hit me in the corner from the Hyzak Custom. Yeah, now I am going to fixate on destroying the space, but the good news is, for once, it's going to work. Not on this life, but yeah. I'm going to go after the space because the way I see it is we seem to be kind of split up. We're a little bit disorganized. Enemy team significantly less so. Yeah, and everybody is kind of keeping their distance because we have 2 supports. So, and yeah, as you can see, like the enemy team has largely drawn them off so that they can't go after the base. Zamel is trying, but the Zamel is also taking fire that I don't think anybody's really responding to. So, I don't have a lot of choices here, but to shoot the base as much as I can, as quickly as I can, which is the plan. Hyzak Custom is, is trying to get in my way, but I managed to pull it off at the absolute last second. I managed to get it after the passive-aggressive tells started coming out. That's pretty good, I think. And yeah, last second win, and I will take that. So, yeah, it worked out. I don't think I did badly. I could have done better, but, I'm just glad my tunnel vision worked out for once. Not great scores, but yeah, I got us the win, and that gets, that means a lot of people's Saturday nights just got easier. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. So I did build the light type gun cannon, and it is really nice. As far as I can tell, the limbs are not exact copies of the Gundams. They're similarly constructed, and they look very similar, but the legs, for example, are a fair bit thicker. But yeah, it's pretty obviously a gun cannon base that they tried to adapt whatever Gundam technology they had left to as quickly as possible. And it's a nice looking kit. The mid torso joint is almost completely spherical, so it has fantastic range. And yeah, just looks nice, feels nice. The one thing I think is funny is, all of the Federation mobile suits in GQucks have core fighter backpacks, kind of like the GPO-1 does. And I just find that funny because, like, they decided that, a jet fighter small enough to fit inside mobile suit was silly, which, you know, if you've looked at the dimensions of real world jets, it kind of is. But you know, that's a great way to look at it until you mount a giant cannon on one side of the thing, because I can't imagine flying with that. I'm sure it's ejectable if you actually have to fly the core fighter for anything. But also just, you know, just picture what happens if they try to fire that cannon. It's, you know, the mental image is really funny.